This was supposed to be my home. Like, my mother called me and she's like, I bought this place for you. Little did I know, like, her ex-lover was in the picture, Heidi Fleiss. She was supposed to be just a visiting guest. She ended up staying a little too long and then tried to extort the property from us. Good morning, sunshine.
Let me tell you how I came across this story. I was in New Orleans filming for the show. Those episodes will be coming soon, and an Instagram friend of mine reached out to me. I searched Love Bailey briefly and was immediately drawn in by her artistic presence. It's given the horny sensation. I was captivated, and with no real idea of what the story would be, I decided to drive out to Temecula, California, wine country, to meet her and see if we could find the story together.
I've never driven in a road like this.
Hi, honey. Oh, you're nice, huh? Are you friendly? You're so friendly. You're the first person to meet me.
Welcome to the Savage Ranch.
I found it! Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous!
Thank you, babe.
Oh my gosh,
Welcome.
I have never, like, this is amazing.
It's a trip, right?
It was so fun though. Here we are at the Savage Ranch.
From dusk till dawn.
Let's get into what the Savage Ranch is exactly.
The ranch is a rescue for artists. We are here for artists that seek a space to nurture, a space to create, a space to be wild and free, take our tops off and do little shrooms and, like, you know, get in touch with nature.
You don't mind I'm filming, right?
It's showtime, baby.
Yes, yes. Oh, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
This is Emily.
Emelina, Matt, nice to meet you.
When my mother went to prison, I was raised by my grandmother, and she was a showgirl from the military balls. This is Betty Bailey, and so she raised me. She showed me Barclays of Broadway with Fred Astaire. And I turned to my grandmother and I said, Mama, I want to do this. This is who I want to become. I want to dance.
How did that opportunity happen?
I had an agent at the time and I made this casting and they hired me. We were in this mansion and we were doing ballet, and every time I'd go to the camera and do a jump, the photographer would take the image, and he kept really engaging with me. He was like, you do that thing. And every time I came around, he shot it. I love Britney, and that moment was before her breakdown. We really got a sense of who she was, and she was such a vibrant personality and so caring, so giving, and we would ask for her autograph and she was like, don't worry, y'all, I'm gonna get it, my agent's gonna take care of it. And then afterward, as a stylist, I worked with her for her perfume campaign. She couldn't talk to most people because she had handlers. This was after the breakdown. She would have to stop filming every 15 seconds to take a pill that her conservatorship was making her take. At one point she was like, if this boat sinks, I don't want to be here with these people, because those were her handlers. I became a Hollywood hooker. My grandmother was suffering from dementia and she was slowly dying. My mother was in prison and there was no one to look after me. There was no one to show me how to earn a living or keep a job or balance a checkbook. They don't teach you these things in school. And I was like, well, I know how to dance. I know how to perform. I know how to put on a show. Let me dabble in some drag and in nightclubs and entertain some wealthy men. It was depressing as and nobody talks about the soul-sucking part of being a hooker. But I also knew that at the end of the day, I was giving my education in entertaining clients. And though that's probably not the best thing I should have been doing when I was 17, I am not ashamed of my past, nor should anyone else be.
Wow.
And this is my view every day.
Wow.
I was already fascinated with Love Bailey. Her aesthetic, the ranch, her artistic past, it all captivated me.
I can't even imagine living out here, I would just stare into the mountains.
But I was still trying to find the story in my eyes. I knew it was coming and I was ready to go on the ride to find it. If you are one of those that have been wanting longer episodes and a way to support me and the channel, I started a Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. So this is your place?
Yeah.
And by yourself you own this place? Or?
Yeah, well, my mother has the ranch next door, so...
So that's how you found out about this place. I was wondering, how would you even
She dragged me out here.
You lived here, you said, for 8 years, right?
I've lived here for 8 years. I actually came from New York. I was working as a stylist at the time. So I was dressing like Naomi Campbell, Lady Gaga, Azalea Banks, like the 1991 album cover. I did that. When the fashion industry was like soul-sucking and like racist and homophobic, I needed to recenter and like find, okay, where is my inspiration again? My mother called me. And she was like, I bought this land for you. Come home.
When you first moved here, what were your feelings?
It was chaos incarnate. And like my mother's ex-lover from prison, Heidi Fleiss, came back into the picture.
Heidi Fleiss. All of a sudden, I could feel the story developing.
Not in any generation will there ever be another madam like me.
Heidi Fleiss ran an upscale prostitution ring in Los Angeles and is known as a Hollywood madam. I've been fascinated with her for years. In fact, I've tried to get her on the show before. She never replied. Well, actually, she did, 2 months later, with nothing but a picture of her birds. Maybe this episode will help me reach her.
This was supposed to be my home. Like my mother called me and she's like, I bought this place for you. But little did I know, like her ex-lover was in the picture, Heidi Fleiss, and she was supposed to be just a visiting guest, but she ended up staying a little too long and then tried to extort the property from us.
Good morning, sunshine.
There was court battles, legal drama. Spent a night in jail with my mother. There was 16 macaw, big parrots chewing, and
She's obsessed with the parrots.
the parrot. She's a bird lady. So it was like, you know, like a horror film. My mother loved her when she was sane and sober in prison because they can't do, you know, drugs there.
That's where your mom and her met, or in prison? It was time for me to sit down with her and ask her about her mom's prison sentence. So you said you grew up and your mom was in jail.
Yes.
How old were you when she got into jail?
Ever since I can remember.
Was it, I don't want to intrude, but was it something to do with like drugs or?
My mother was mass producing methamphetamines to all of California, like Breaking Bad style, with meth labs here to San Francisco, driving with the Hells Angels.
Do you remember when she got caught and arrested?
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
She just let the memory.
Erased that trauma from my memory.
Did you visit her in prison?
I did.
What was her sentencing? Am I being too intrusive? I'm sorry. If I'm being, just let me know if I'm being too intrusive. I'm sorry. It's just fascinating to me.
I've put this part away of my life and we're uncovering it. It's fine. Yeah, so she had like 40 to life and got off on good behavior. So only served like 14 years.
Oh my god, I'm excited to get in this thing.
Yes.
I saw it and I was like hoping we were going to get in it. Oh, wow.
Bears and the transsexuals play. Where nothing is heard, the horniest of word, and the facts get fucked in the head. Hooray!
Hooray! Oh my god, this is heaven.
So this is like, you know, years and years of couture collected, created, manifested.
So organized too, like patterns. Black, red.
People think that just because I love glam, I love camp, I love theater, I love drama, that I'm a drag queen. But I'm a trans woman who likes to perform. I'm a showgirl. But why is it because I'm trans that you think I'm a drag queen? Because at the end of the day, like, I wipe my makeup off, I'm still a woman. This is the Cowboy Bungalow.
Wow,
So,
I love it.
You know, this is like for all your horny cowboys, you can get tied up.
Artists come here and can they, like, if people are watching.
Yes, if people are watching, we're on Pier Space. We do have bungalows where you can stay. We built a dome for future festivals, music festivals, and we can't wait to dance and rejoice together with our queer community, our queer family. Okay, good. Yeah, we'll be up. We're just filming. We'll meet you up there. Also,
Hello.
This is my friend Matt.
Nice to meet you. It's beautiful up here.
I'm gonna show him the bungalows and then we'll be up. Okay, love you.
Ooh, this one's fun. Wow. So that was your mom's wife?
Girlfriend.
Are you close with her?
No, but I like her much better than the other girl.
Yeah, she seemed like she had good energy already.
She's so great. She loves me.
That's amazing. Your family dynamics are really interesting.
Yeah, I'm in a happy place with my mother now, and I'm so blessed that she's made that transition with me.
Do you think that part of the reason why your mom got you Savage Ranch was for forgiveness?
Yes. Yeah. She has a lot of guilt for the years that we didn't spend together. And so this gift was an act of forgiveness for sure.
Did it work?
I don't know. I mean, I've forgiven her. I love my mother so much. She is a crazy woman. She's wild.
But that makes so much sense, because so are you.
Yeah. I mean, I have to love even the bad parts of her too, you know? That's part of my healing too, is to like appreciate her from all aspects. But I love what she's done to me, and like what she's given me is like a place to call home that I didn't have when I was fucking wild, crazy gypsy, you know what I mean? But I'm very proud of where we've come, and it's a blessing.
I came to Savage Ranch with no idea of what the story was going to be. I mean, I knew the property looked amazing and artistic, but what was the heart of the story?
Welcome, Temecula, to the Savage Ranch!
After talking with Love in that fortune teller bungalow, it was clear as day. To me, Savage Ranch was a place that signified a mother and daughter coming together again. It was a place for them to form new bonds, for Love to learn how to forgive her mom, and for their legacy together to be rewritten. A past that was filled with hardship, guilt, resentment, and struggle. Savage Ranch seemed to be a place that was helping to aid in changing that narrative for them. In next week's episode, I meet Love's mom. We sit down, and trust me, we get into it all. Are we allowed to talk about, like, the whole jail thing? But at that time, did you know what you were doing? Like, did you know the severity of the situation?
Yes, I did, actually. Large amounts of cash, you can't put it in the bank. We tried burying it.
I hope you're subscribed, and I will see you next week.